Amit Shah all set to be announced as the new president of the BJP. That announcement could come as early as tomorrow. The BJP Parliamentary Board is meeting. Rajnath Singh, the current party president, is scheduled to have a press conference right after that. My colleague Rahul Srivastav has been tracking this story. Rahul, the word that Amit Shah will be the next party president has been out, I think, for the last month or so. But there were other names on the list as well. There was JP Nadda, there was Om Mathur, there was some resistance from some sections of the RSS that perhaps felt it was placing too much power and authority in Mr. Modi's domain. What's the word now from the BJP? Are we expecting that announcement tomorrow?
Barka, it seems that the Sangh Parivar is all set to put all its future eggs in the Narendra Modi basket. What we are hearing that Mr. Amit Shah, as you were saying, there were certain names floating around. Mr. JP Nadda, Mr. Om Mathur emerged as a compromise candidate over the last 1 month. It has been 1.5 months the speculation is on because Rajnath Singh had joined the Union Cabinet as Home Minister and the BJP has a written rule in which it is one man, one post. So there had to be a new president of the party. The RSS was slightly wary of the fact that both Mr. Narendra Modi and Mr. Amit Shah are one very close. Both are from the same state. And in this scenario, will there be some kind of concentration of power in the hands of Mr. Narendra Modi? But it seems now that Narendra Modi, it seems, has prevailed. It seems also the formula seems to be that the winner takes it all. The winner takes it all because also Amit Shah, one, is close to him. The RSS is looking at better coordination between the government and the political party. And Amit Shah represents somebody, one who is respected by the party cadres at the moment because of the kind of performance the BJP has shown in the last election. And somewhere his managerial skills, the kind of support he gets from Narendra Modi, all these have become a plus factor for him. Very serious ramifications for the BJP because one simple fact that this means that what in 2005 Mr. K. Sudarshan had said that the Atal Advani era has to end, they should step down, they should make way for younger leaders. I think with Amit Shah taking over, Narendra Modi as Prime Minister, I think that very element which was talked about in 2005 is really happened now. Also very important that the D4, the powerful four leaders in Delhi, be it Arun Jaitley and others, have now, it seems, been pushed to the second rungs. A new set of leaders, Narendra Modi, Amit Shah taking over the party and the government will be taking it forward. Interestingly, it also means that somewhere the RSS is investing tremendous amount of faith in Mr. Narendra Modi. The fears which were being cited that if you make somebody who is very close to him as the party president might make Narendra Modi much more powerful and he can take on the RSS. I think all these jitters have been rested. It seems Mr. Narendra Modi and Amit Shah may be running the party in future. I think one important point also perhaps the RSS feels that as far as the strident Hindutva past and images are concerned, these two will keep the audience engaged as far as the coming few elections are concerned because both Narendra Modi and Amit Shah do represent for the cadres that particular kind of color of politics.
Okay, that gives us a cue to take us straight into our debate. What is the takeaway when this announcement comes as we expect it to come tomorrow? What's the message it's sending to the cadres, to the voters? And is Narendra Modi's control over the BJP now complete with his close confidant Amit Shah, who of course delivered that spectacular victory for the BJP in Uttar Pradesh? Is that process then complete? Let's introduce our panel this evening. With me in the studio, Swapan Das Gupta, senior journalist and commentator. Also with me in the studio, Professor Shiv Vishwanathan, well-known sociologist. Joining me from Mumbai tonight is senior journalist, editor and writer Kumar Ketkar. Swapan, let me take this to you. There's a certain electoral logic to this decision. After all, without the centerpiece of the UP result, the BJP may not have been where it stands today. But it couldn't be a decision, and it isn't official. This is still speculative till it's announced, but this is what we expect. If this is what happens tomorrow or later this week, what is the big message? Is the message that Mr. Modi is now firmly in control of not just the government but also the party?
No, I think that's obvious. I mean it
wasn't obvious to the Congress. It wasn't obvious with Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
That was decided on May 16th when the BJP got quite a conclusive mandate on the basis of forming a Modi Sarkar. I think that was quite decided. I think what was really had to be negotiated and settled is what is the role of the political party at a time when you are in government. And it was that issue which in the previous NDA regime was the source of a lot of problems.
Yes.
So you have to have a sense in which the party does not feel out of connect with the government. And I think the person who can bridge this most effectively, someone who has his pulse firmly on the pulse of the party activists, the party's traditional constituency, and not merely in Gujarat. And I think people still make that mistake of associating Amit Shah as only a Gujarat leader.
When you say traditional constituency, who do you mean?
I think
do you agree with Rahul that this keeps the RSS happy because
the RSS is an important
hardline Hindutva walas are also as pleased?
No, RSS is an important stakeholder in the BJP, but it's by no means the only stakeholder. There is a social constituency, there is an ideological constituency, there are various regional constituencies, there are lots of, an Indian electorate is made up of various, little bits and pieces. So all that is part of the umbrella. Now, Amit Shah's great advantage is that as a person who has demonstrated his ability to move from region to region, understand the political subtleties, nuances, and the political dynamics, and someone who's endeared himself to the BJP activists through his behavior, through his ability to connect, his easy style, and sometimes a bit formidable style as far as journalists are concerned, as you well know.
Is that meant to be a plus for him?
Yes, I think under the circumstances, it could be perceived as a plus.
By the avid supporters of the BJP.
Someone who's willing to do a bit of blunt talking, for instance. When necessary, and very kindly at that.
Okay, you're being surely at least a little ironic here. Kumar Ketkar, more seriously, apart from what Swapan calls Amit Shah's blunt approach with journalists, there is a degree of controversy that has shadowed him. He continues to have pending cases, for example, in the Sohrabuddin encounter case. How much of a problem do you think that will be, or do you think that Amit Shah has moved well beyond that with the UP victory under his belt?
Definitely, I think he has moved beyond that, and it has now completed the circle in favor of Narendra Modi within the BJP, within the RSS. And the question that is being raised is not about their politics, but it is more about their personalities. Now, it remains to be seen whether he is Sankopasa of Don Kishore, or he is Devkan Barua or Levanti Beria. So, whether it's Barua or Beria or Sankopanza, that will be determined in the next four years. But the fact is that Amit Shah's coming there is a clear evidence that Modi is now in command of the party, and even I can say of the RSS. But because RSS is wary of this development, perhaps, that everything is going in favor of Modi, they also sent their own emissary, Mr. Ram Madhav, to join the BJP. So, which means it is a kind of RSS style of checks and balance. If they do not have full trust in Amit Shah, there is Ram Madhav now in the BJP.
So, I think it is all typical. There is a balancing going on, that the RSS must be quite anxious at this moment.
RSS has always had a formidable stake in the BJP. The Sangathan Mantri, the organizing secretary, has always been a member of the RSS.
But I think what Kumar is suggesting is a greater anxiety that the RSS cannot...
Ram Madhav will be very pleased that he's being seen as the trusted, and some of the others who are already in the BJP will be very disappointed at Kumar's assertion that they don't represent the interests of the parent body more successfully.
Okay, Shiv, what is the message? Kumar says he's moved well beyond now the political controversies or the legal controversies that have dogged him in the past. Do you agree with that?
I'm afraid not. It might be a minority opinion, but I think the first thing is there are question marks. You can't convert them into exclamation marks merely because of a certain kind of success. First, let's be clear. This is a well-oiled machine. It's working almost perfectly. So, to a certain extent, all credit to Amit Shah and Modi. But the question is, the past is always there, and the past is a way of coming back and surprising you. I'll wait patiently.
Do you believe that the past is relevant? Because now he will be the party president.
As an absolute statement,
no, I don't mean
sometimes
the past
that the past comes back to haunt the present. You can never be 100% sure that it won't. There is a past, yes. It does not influence the present at present. That is also true.
Why do you believe
whether it will influence the future? We do not know. I think what's important is to make sure that what constituted the past does not ever happen in the future. That's the real guarantee of that. Now, I believe that I think people have often mistaken Amit Shah to be a variant of what Kumar Ketkal colourfully calls Beria. Now, most people may not know who Beria is, since he's hardly a household name. He was Stalin's hatchet man, the man responsible for untold executions, the founder of the KGB, the modern KGB as we know it. Amit Shah is not a sinister figure. Despite the attempts of a lot of people to make him so, Amit Shah, a sinister figure, would not have endeared himself to the cadres, and in fact, even in a modest sort of way, emerged as a mass leader in certain parts of Uttar Pradesh.
The fact that he is charge-sheeted in an encounter that is said to be fake could make him sinister for...
I'm sure if someone wants to make him out, paint him as a sinister figure, you cannot stop them. But I think we have to look, we are talking today of the political Amit Shah.
Yeah.
And in the political...
And I'm asking whether this will impact the political direction.
I don't believe it will, but that's my personal belief in the matter. And I don't believe that there are cases there's anything very substantive in the cases to be...
To impact his political present or future. Shiv.
In a practical sense, he is right. Because to a certain extent, it's very clear that victory gives a certain kind of legitimacy. To the metaphor of Beria, even as nostalgia is poor. Because to a certain extent, here is a man who runs an electoral machine, understands how to influence cadres. Beria didn't have to play that game.
Yeah, exactly.
The Stalinist world was very different. To equate Stalinism to Modi would be a stretching of history that even the worst historian wouldn't do. Okay?
Yeah.
And there are some better historians here. But I think the question here is, right now, the present is not going to be influenced by the past. But one does have to ask certain questions. I mean, was the attempt to stagger Gopal Subramaniam out a result of Amit Shah or some other kinds of questions? So there are going to be questions. The question is, can the current consolidation of power make those questions irrelevant?
I think that's
right now, it looks like that.
It's about,
no doubt, Shiv has every right to pose such questions. He has every right to give vent to what he calls his minority opinion at present. I think I would look upon it in a purely more functional sort of way at present and see to what extent does Amit Shah succeed in this very, very daunting project. Yeah. Which is to ensure that there is no disconnect between a government which is running on its own steam, which is forcefully, which may have to take a lot of unpopular decisions.
Which could seem to have a political backlash.
How does he bridge it? How does he prevent what many governments, and not merely BJP, have faced, which is the alienation of cadres whose expectations of the government are very different.
But before I take this to Kumar, during the campaign there were critics of Mr. Modi, who one of the criticisms used to be that the Amit Shah face of the BJP campaign was a problem. It was seen to be a hard, aggressive, at times rabble-rousing image that got him into trouble with the Election Commission. As it turned out, a lot of that criticism was withdrawn because, as Shiv says, the result in Uttar Pradesh changed a number of the rules of the game.
Well, actually, the Election Commission withdrew it even before
the result.
Before the result. So I don't think it was a sort of a convenient decision made out of sheer expediency.
Yeah.
But I think what I think was important, and as I see it, Amit Shah formulated a strategy for Uttar Pradesh, which was very well calibrated insofar as there was a strategy for Western Uttar Pradesh, there was a strategy for Purvanchal, there was this different sort of strategy for the middle. So he was actually fighting a battle to win.
Yeah.
And winnability was what happened. And most people forget, people say when the candidates were selected, for example, they were saying, oh, well, what sort of candidates has he put up? And there was a lot of murmurs in this crowd. Amit Shah, in private, he told me, he said, we had this project of, firstly, how do you inspire a BJP, which has been out of the reckoning for more than about 10 years. Yeah. And he said, I had to choose candidates who slept the night in the constituency. In other words, could reassure their voters and their cadres, win or lose. Yeah. So I think there is a lot of political logic which people don't give credit to Amit Shah and see him purely in terms as just an appendage of Narendra Modi.
That is interesting, Kumar, because what Swapan is suggesting is that he will be his own person. There may be a certain continuity that he offers to the relationship between the government and the party and the cadre, but he will be his own person. He will run things according to his own estimation, as he did in UP. He was not consulting Mr. Modi at that time on how to necessarily structure the UP campaign.
No, I don't think it is necessary to consult at every moment for every decision. I agree with Shiv Vishwanathan that you cannot stretch history to suitable comparisons, and I am not comparing Stalin with Modi at all. But the fact is, it's a question of relationship, and I was only comparing the relationship. That relationship can be compared with Devkant Barua also, and just as it can be compared with Pramod Das Gupta in West Bengal when Jyoti Basu was Chief Minister. So it's a question of relationship with somebody who has organizing talent, who is the main organizer, who is basically implementing the policy of the party and the Prime Minister, in this case particularly Prime Minister. I think this is what the relationship
and how
is about.
do you see the
so
relationship?
I don't think.
What is your guess about what the relationship
I don't think Amit Shah will be having a different line on any issue other than that of Modi. So the question doesn't arise whether past will catch up with the present is a completely different thing that we don't know. It can, it may not. I don't know how judiciary thinks, because nobody can say how judiciary thinks. We saw the recent thing about Lodha's criticism of the Prime Minister or the Prime Minister's office. The point is that when Amit Shah becomes president of the party and Narendra Modi becomes Prime Minister, basically it is the same coin. On the one side there is Amit Shah, on the other side there is Narendra Modi, and that may not necessarily the right signals in the BJP cadre. Because both happen to be from Gujarat is not the issue.
Then?
Both happen to be from the same mold. That is the issue. And
but why would that not be a good signal for the cadre? The cadre has voted this combination in, so to say.
Cadre has not voted this combination. Cadre has not voted this combination.
Or
Cadre has voted
Cadre
has voted two things. They have voted Narendra Modi and they also voted the BJP. It is not necessarily the same thing, because we know, we all journalists know the reservations about Mr. Modi in the BJP and even the RSS. This is not some hearsay. This is not some rumor. This is not some gossip. It's a fact, and all journalists know it because the leadership talked with us.
Yeah.
So the point is, Amit Shah represents who? The RSS, the BJP, or the BJP's acceptability to Amit Shah depends on the internal workings of BJP as a party.
Okay.
It has never been smooth, and it cannot be smooth. Amit Shah will represent only Modi and will try to clear the cobwebs in the party with the help of Modi, or Modi will do it with the help of Amit Shah.
I just want to make one point. I mean, certainly Kumar has every right to express his misgivings about the fact that the relationship may not be smooth between the party and the Modi contingent. But what I would urge him to look at is that how he brought an extraordinary degree of coherence to an otherwise very fractious party in Uttar Pradesh.
Yeah.
Getting all the various small grouplets, factions, and God knows egos together into some coherent whole.
Yeah.
So that at least there was a machine which was ready to take on a formidable challenge and deliver, in the end, what turned out to be absolutely spectacular results.
No, and I was going to say, Shiv, that if you look at the previous government, there seemed to be kind of a discord almost between the party and the government. And then you have Sanjay Baru's a book that suggests on everything there was a tussle on who to promote, Manmohan Singh or the Gandhi family. So it could also be argued that from the point of view of governance, this is a smoother operation, even if it gives heartburn to some BJP leaders who now believe that Mr. Modi's control is absolutist.
2 points. One, I like Chopin when he's poetic. It adds a touch of history to him. But I think the point he's making is this.
Yeah.
The compatibility between the two of them creates a kind of well-oiled machine. It also creates a certain sense of anticipation about the future.
Yeah.
The problem is, as long as there's a certain kind of functioning unanimity, this makes sense. The question is, what happens if there's doubt or debate? How does that get articulated?
But I think what Kumar is suggesting is that the equation will not allow for doubt or debate.
Yeah, but that's precisely the nature of the doubt.
Yeah.
That the very notion of unanimity, the very fact that they're functioning together, they're not a Gujarati duo. They're an ideologically compatible duo, a combination between ideology and organization to create efficiency. Now, this comparison with the last regime, I think we've overdone it. I mean, that's slapstick difference. Yeah. This is well-oiled coordination. Yeah. To compare the two is unfair to both.
Okay, Kumar, when you say he's a continuity, two sides of the same coin, are you saying that it's a political relationship that will not permit for disagreement? Because you see him as an extension of Narendra Modi.
No. The disagreement may be there not between Amit Shah and Narendra Modi. The disagreement can be between the BJP and Amit Shah and Modi. The difference of opinion can be between RSS and BJP and Amit Shah and Modi. Let us not presume it's only 1.5 months and 4.5 years are to go. And the complex situations arise, not only parliamentary kind, but several kind of political situations arise where you have to take political decisions, not administrative, robo-like decisions of governance. It's not a question of governance or good administration. It's a question of handling the issue politically. And that political handling will be required particularly when the BJP is handling the non-BJP states. It could be Tamil Nadu, it could be West Bengal. And at that time, even the party's relationship with the Prime Minister and party's relationship with the parties in those states will be a completely different ballgame. And therefore, it is necessary for us to understand what are the likely contentious points, not to wish the contentious points. I am not saying that they should be a disaster. I am not saying that I am waiting for a catastrophe to occur. I am only saying that it is possible that complete unanimity in functions is actually quite a bad situation for the overall governance, because overall governance then starts taking things for granted, and taking things for granted instead of allowing the disequilibrium is bad.
What Kumar is forcefully saying is that there will be political difficulties, political turbulence. Yes, of course, in a 5-year regime, there's bound to be. That these have got to be managed is also true.
But when you say he's not an appendage of Narendra Modi,
I'm also saying that therefore it's that much more important in terms of handling concrete difficulties which may arise, that you don't need a cipher in the post. You need a person who is there, who has a certain respect, who has a reputation which is built up on his own independent achievement. And I think after this election, Amit Shah is a person who may not be as equal to Narendra Modi, who is now far taller than most of the others, but I think he is a person in his own right. And I think the mistakes which were made during the Vajpayee government was that often relative lightweights were often put into as...
And was there a danger of that happening this time as well?
I think there was a possible danger. I think, well, obviously the danger has been averted. I think the RSS, various people in the BJP recognize and have learnt something from history. I think there have been various lessons which have been learnt from the past NDA government, despite the fact that Hindus by and large are not very historical people. These lessons have been learnt, and I hope that, personally I feel that this is a very wise and prudent decision on the part of the entire BJP establishment to anoint Amit Shah.
We leave it there. Swapan Das Gupta, Shiv Vishwanathan, Kumar Ketkar. That announcement expected a little after noon. Tomorrow afternoon, the BJP has a new Shah, a new party president. That's it on the Buck Stops here tonight. From all of us here, good night. Have a great evening.